Hello. Welcome to day 9 of our adventure through Iceland. Um, let's get right into the color for today. Um, let me share my photo. Ta-da! It is purple lupines. Um, I'll show you what this is a nice pretty purple. Purple goes all the way from like pink to blue. So there's a lot of different purples actually. This one's a good purple purple. And the inspiration for this is these lupine flowers that grow all over Iceland. And we'll get into like in their history in just a second. But they can be all sorts of purple. That can be pinky purple or more blue purple. But they're all sorts of beautiful purple, and people do lots of photos in them, like this one. This one is, I guess you could call her an influencer, although I hate that term. But I've mentioned her once before. Her name is Jewel, and she's an American. Her handle or whatever is all things Iceland. She has like YouTube videos and is of course on social media. And she's an American who married an Icelander and then moved there. Then they got divorced. But now she just recently had a baby. So she gives all sorts of tips on travel, probably focusing on Americans in Iceland because a lot of people do travel to Iceland. So I just thought this was a really nice picture of her, and she's wearing a Lopi sweater. So of course, very Iceland. And what are the lupines? Well, they bloom in the summer and they're beautiful, but they're not native. Look at this beautiful horse in there. So if you want to see the lupines, you have to go like in a window, in June and July in the summer. And but the reason why they were brought there is because um here in I'll stop sharing for a moment. The reason why they were brought there is because it is like rocky in Iceland. There is some trees. It's not lots and lots of trees. So like if you go there, you might see like it's a very open landscape for the most part, but there is some trees. And like the people who moved there were using the trees. So like they kind of lost even some of the trees that they did have. And then like, you have sheep there that graze and everything. And because it's like this volcanic soil, like they lost the trees and things were grazing and they were starting to lose a lot of their good soil or halfway good, any of their good soils being washed away. So they brought in these lupines, which are, I guess, think they're native to Alaska. And because they want, I think they have a good root system. And also, I think they might be nitrogen fixing, where they can make the soil better. Um, and this was in the 1940s, I believe, 1940s for its soil enhancing properties. So it prevented from losing any more soil and started to make the soil that they do have better. So some people really love them because one, they're beautiful and you can take lots of photos. And two, they are good for the soil, but also they don't necessarily love them because they are not native, and you can't really get rid of them because it's impossible to eradicate them. So you're kind of just like stuck with this beautiful flower because no animals really eat a lot of it, so you can't really get away from them. But it is beautiful. So if you're there in the summer, you can take some really beautiful photographs. Um, the best places to see them, they're kind of in a lot of different areas, but like the Vatnajökull National Park, where we that big glacier that I just talked about, that has sometimes as the ice caves that covers 8% of the island. They have some along the ring road. That ring road is the road that goes all the way around. There's the Golden Circle, which is really close to Reykjavik, and you can kind of cover it in like a day or so. But then the ring road, it might take you a week to go around the whole of Iceland. And you might see lots of places that have these if you go in the right time of year. So I can show you some of my knitting. It doesn't have the purple in it, but I did want to show because I think yes, I've unveiled all of these colors. So this is what I'm knitting up, and you can see how like I knit a stockinette section, and then after the end of the stockinette section in that color is the chart that goes with that color. And so you can move them around. I moved mine around, which is one reason why I can't show you every time. But like here was day one, the Blue Lagoon, and then it was day two, and Davir was yeah, Davik was the whale. And then here is this is actually day four with the Aurora Borealis. It needs blocked to see that a little bit better, but those are like the Northern Lights. And then we had Leif Erikson and then like the little Viking hats. And then here, this one is Hallgrimskirke, and then the shape of the church. And then here is the ice caves that I showed you yesterday. And then here is the chart for the ice caves follows the stockinette section, and it has, I just, in this part, I just finished it. So you can kind of see like the caves and the drips. And then I'm going into Book Flood, which is the ivory color. So you can kind of see how this cowl is coming together. I don't know. I don't think I'll have it completely finished because I'm going to repeat this and do another repeat of the same thing to finish the cowl. I don't know if I'm going to have it finished by day 12 this time, which usually I do, but this year has been quite the year just with, my daughter having appendix issues. And now the whole family is sick. Like, my voice is a little rough. I don't feel bad, but my husband has been home, got the crud of some level that happens at the holidays. So I will show everyone when I'm finished, but this is what it's starting to look like. Oh, let me show you the chart so you can see the chart for purple lupines. Here we go. I'm going to scroll down. I put the chart on each page so that, like, if you didn't want to look too far ahead, but at the end, I'll send you everybody one that has, like, them all maybe a little bit more condensed. There was chart seven where, and then which had like the naming committee, which is the hard word to say. And then here's the ice caves. And then chart nine here is purple lupines. I was trying to get just a touch of like the flowers and the shape of the flowers. So you will be getting or have already gotten the whole charts for all of them by the time you see this, hopefully. And I will update you on my progress. And you can share in my Creative Twist Crafty group on Facebook if you happen to be on Facebook. So I hope you're enjoying our visit. And we've gone through day 9, we've got 10, 11, and 12 left. So I hope you'll be joining me and enjoying our little trip. See you tomorrow. Bye.